I brought back some takeout, so like, let's get down and pig out.
It's Shredder!
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Battalion. Today we've got a new review of Oroku Saki, or Shredder, from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This figure is made by Best Action, or Best AXN, however you want to pronounce it. And taking a look at the back of the box, he's got 31 points of articulation, incredible sculpts details, which we'll see if they're correct, a lot of accessories, and here is the bio. Alright, very excited to open this guy up, and we'll take a look at him. So now that we have Oroku Saki out of the box, we can go ahead and take a look at his accessories and then get to the figure. So for the first accessory, we have his communicator, which he uses to communicate with Krang from Dimension X. And it's really nice for being so small. Usually, these type, well, paint rubs, but usually for these types of figures, they either go with a image of Krang or an actual product image. And I'm glad they went this route because this looks a lot better in my opinion. Now if I'm correct, and which I probably aren't, I checked the Ninja Turtles Wikipedia once, this should be Shredder's super sword. Or something along the lines of that. The silver looks really nice actually, and the yellow and brown pops really well for the hilt. Looks really nice. And when we get to the figure, we'll see how that fits in his hand. Now for the last actual accessory, this one was a bit tougher. So, this is like a trident thing, a spear. I'm sure it has some type of importance. I know that it's from the comics. Like the Ninja Turtles comics. I know that it's from that, but I just can't figure it out. It has a few paint rubs, which is not the best, but I mean, it's to be expected. The colors are nice, and I believe it's a different shade of brown. Yes, it is. The yellow seems to be the same though. But yeah, and we'll go ahead and put him in Shredder's hands, and we'll take a look at him. The sword fits comfortably. It's a tad bit loose, but I mean, you can work with it. You can definitely work with it. And then the spear trident also, just that spear trident thingy also holds well. And these are Shredder's alternative hands, the gripping hands. These are a softer sort of plastic, so that once you're taking them off, you don't damage them. Alright, so before I actually get to Shredhead himself, I wanted to show the Krang communicator, or the foot communicator, held in Shredder's alternate hand. Alright, now let's go ahead and take a look at Shredder himself. And now we have Oroku Saki. So, first taking a look at the details, the eyes are really well done. They're not like off-centered. The eyebrows are nice and big. All of his spikes and stuff are all soft, like a softer material, so that they can be like moved around. Well, not really moved around, but not broken. He has a butterfly joint, a small one, but it's still something. He has he's got a bit of crunch. That's pretty much it. The silver looks really good. It shines. And I don't know, this articulation looks it looks fine. But mine came broken. So that's a bummer. It's a mondo bummer. I'm gonna be making jokes like that the whole time. His abs and everything are detailed very well. he has not soft goods, but they're rubber. So he's got a rubber skirt or comma or whatever you want to call it, probably different things. The leg doesn't go that high. It goes to like that point when it starts to tighten, unless you decide to move the actual joint so that it can go like that. But even then, that doesn't go that much. His arms go above 90, which is great. His elbows go above 90. Since removable, his back muscles are well detailed and actually there. And the whole like gauntlets, you can see like the back of them, so like they're like actually attached. And it looks nice. It's a good figure. Now let's see if they actually deliver on the high amounts of articulation. Alright, so let's get started on the articulation. So he has a butterfly joint at the shoulders. He's got a ball at the head. Moves about that much. Full 360, I guess. A bit of tilt. Not much. He's got a swivel bicep. His shoulders go up to about that much before this starts hitting the actual torso area. He's got double jointed elbows, and then a peg and thingy at the wrist, so they go about to like that much there and that much, which is good. Does not have movement here in terms of left and right, which is, I guess, right here. You can go ahead and move his legs all the way over here, almost getting him into splits. He's got swivel thighs. Left and right. Both legs go up to about as much, so that you can get into like sitting position. And then double jointed knees. You can go like that to kneeling. And then he's got that much legs, and he's got rocker ankles, so that he can pose a bit more dynamically. Also, the paint from the cape has rubbed onto the back of the cloth. That is very disappointing, actually. You know what, let me take off the cape really quickly. So taking off the cape, you've got a Shredder that's a bit closer to the comics, like the Mirage comics. At least, sort of. Also, apparently I broke the other one. So this one was broken out of the package, and then this one broke just now. I mean, the figure looks nice, yes, and everything, but that's an issue. Or maybe it's my fault. I don't know. I'll put the cape back on and we'll take a look at him with the accessories. There's a look at Shredder holding his super sword. There's a look at him holding the spear, axe thing. And then finally Shredder holding the communicator. Now here's the part I was looking forward to. Here is the 80s Playmates Raphael and the 80s Playmates Leonardo. They size very well with Shredder, actually. Putting them exactly next to each other. Shredder standing straight. They scale really well. Even if you put them a bit farther, it still scales well. Let me get a few other comparisons and we can get a final verdict on these comparisons, because this is the fun part. Alright, so here's the size comparison between Krang and his robo-walking legs from the 80s, sorry, 90s, and here's Shredder. I don't have anything to say, this is so cool. Okay, Now here's the size comparison between my favorite character from the original Playmates line, Metalhead. There he is. Now, in the cartoon, Metalhead is taller than Shredder and Krang. About the same size as Krang, maybe a bit shorter when Krang's in his Super Krang suit, but I don't know, this still looks really good. So let me get some more comparisons. Now for another size comparison, we've got Shredder and Super Krang. I'm gonna need to lift up my camera for this. And look at that. Gosh, this is so good. Okay, let me get more. Here we have a comparison between the original 80s Bebop and Rocksteady. You can tell it's the original because Rocksteady has a squishy head. Look at that, that's awesome. And this scaled really well, actually. So I'm gonna get more, a few more. I'm gonna have to limit myself. Now this is an important one I almost forgot. This is the original Playmates Shredder next to the Best Action Shredder. And this one is based more so off the comics, and this one's based more off the cartoon, so take that as you will for the interpretation of Shredder. But yeah, and I've got a few more things to point out. Now I have the comparison between Orokusaki's arch-nemesis, Hamato Yoshi, or Shredder's arch-nemesis, Splinter. Alright, so for the last comparison, we've got the mutant module next to Shredder. Check this out. So, this is this is the one I was looking forward to the most. Look at him. He looks so dang cool. Let me put Foot Soldier next to him. Boom. So there's the size comparison between the Foot Soldier as well, and I guess the size of the mutant module as well. Look at that. Let me put him inside the mutant module. Turns out getting Shredder into a good pose in the mutant module is a lot harder than I thought, so I just opted to have him outside of it. So yeah, here's the trial and error. Okay, so I've just been gushing about the mutant module the whole time. I should probably just do a review on the mutant module, but let me actually finish up the review. This Shredder figure has a few problems, such as the joints being a bit stiff on the shoulders, and the elbows being a bit easy to break, and also the joints are painted and not molded in the specific plastic that they're in, so it makes it really susceptible to paint rubbing during the joints movement. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say, so be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, maybe. That's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching if you made it this far, and see ya.